Hi everybody, I wanted to give you some video feedback. Thank you for your patience with this recent storm. I wanted to make sure that you got this before the weekend. So I'm going to go through these as fast as I can. Hopefully you can watch them all and that will really help you. If not, then simply scroll to yours and watch that. But I do want to bring your attention to some resources here. Under resources on your content page, you will have your Wix help, okay? And that's really going to be a very important resource for you. It's going to have all kinds of things that we reference in your feedback, things like, why do we left a line and our paragraph text, and why does the contact page go last? All these things that we point out to you, why not to put your personal phone number on your website and what to do instead. All of those things you'll find here. Okay, so I want to make sure that you take a look at these, at least the title, so that you know when you need them, where you can find them, all right? Okay, I'm going to jump in and look at this set of your desktop and your mobile. This is why we use the Get Feedback link, really important. And I'm going to go through the things that need to be updated for your next iteration. Okay, thanks for submitting your site. I'm going to go through, give you a couple of tips. Let's bring this up on a single line and center that. And let's make sure, if I click on this, that you have your, okay. This is, you're going to rename your files and you're going to provide the asset guides for each of these, all right? That is, you're going to tell us about it and a little bit about the title, the project, and your role specifically. So I had a bit of a time trying to find your navigation. So either use a horizontal, typical type, or remove that image here. It's as I click on it, remember that the contact page will go last. It's where people are accustomed to finding it. And I was unable to get out of the contact page because I couldn't find navigation. So I'm going to go to your about and see what happens here. And having trouble navigating. So that's going to be your priority. Okay. And good, you have this left line, just the right amount of copy. And I think I mentioned this could be a little, have a little more shadows, increase the shadows a little bit. And let's see if I can get back by hitting the back button. And it's not letting me for some reason. Okay, so that's really going to be your main focus, is the navigation. I can't get away from these pages. I can't go through. Now you may want to reduce a little bit for your mobile site. It's not uncommon to have to edit your about for that, but it's the right amount of the width. The column width is good. The heading, the space that you have is working. Try not to have one word on a line, and put your social media links down here in your footer and the date. So update your copyright information. So, but the main thing here is navigation. Okay. Yeah, that's something that's definitely a priority. And make sure you provide the asset guides for the work. All right. Otherwise, good job. Okay. All right, Shannon, let's remove this. It's a placeholder from the template. This is working. I can read that. And let's see. This font that comes with the video is really tough to read. It has these really narrow strokes, and so it's just never easy. A nice font like you have here could work, be easier to read. Okay, and I recommend that here as well. Let's narrow this particular column so that we have a little bit of space between the column and your image. Terrific photo, clear background, in focus. I would do the same here. Sometimes script can be lovely, but it's really hard to read, this particular font. I know it comes with a template, but it's difficult. This is something I always have people rewrite a little bit, only because it repeats create, creative, and sounds a little awkward. It's a great template. Students love it, and it shows your work off well, but there are a couple of things about it, like the font selection and the wording here. So you have this here. Let's move that down into your footer. Okay, that's where that's going to go. You may ultimately want these in your footer as well. Okay. Yeah. Otherwise, we've got quite a bit of space there. All right. I'm glad you linked those. Sometimes they're not linked, and it becomes confusing. But I think it's going to the same place, but okay. Let's see how this is working. Linking up correctly. Okay. And let's see. Let's move the contact to the end of your navigation. And I don't see it linked up. What you can do, if you're going to use this as a one page, you're going to add a link on your portfolio page. And you're going to look at this strip, and right over here, there's going to be an anchor line. And you're going to name that. It's probably already named contact. So you're going to create a link on the portfolio page, because this is all on the portfolio page, and it's going to say contact. It's okay that your about isn't there. It is linking to the right place, and that's fine. But you do have it twice. So definitely take this out and take this out. This is all placeholder. So if you don't want to have to make all these corrections, and you already have this, then what you're going to do is add another link on your portfolio page over in your menu and pages. At the bottom, it will say, it'll have a link symbol. You'll add a link, and you will look to see what this anchor line is named, and you're going to link this to that. If you need help with that, contact me and I will walk you through it. But when you select a link in your menus and pages for the portfolio page, it's going to give you an option to link to an anchor, and that's what you're going to choose. And then it'll let you choose which one, and you're going to choose what you've named this, which will be about. Okay? It sounds confusing, but it's not, and there may be a video somewhere. If not, contact me. I'll make one for you. All right? Let's see. So if I select all videos, this is because I'm in preview mode, and you get feedback link. Okay? Make sure all your videos have your information about each one. Okay. So you'll need your asset guide. Okay. All right. Now, probably on your mobile, your assets are showing up. Okay, so right here, this is where you're going to go ahead and talk about your role, something simple. Okay. Doesn't have to be much. Okay. And you can see this isn't working for this section necessarily, but that's something you can work with. How's that? You may want to bring producer below Shannon, your name, so that this doesn't overlap. And like I said, you'll move contact to the end. And check the spelling of gallery in your navigation. Let's remove this I don't, because you're using this. All right, so let's clean up the mobile site. Sometimes people forget about it altogether. If you do what you need to on your desktop, aside from moving that over here, then all those changes will be reflecting in your mobile. And then you just go in and do a little cleanup. Okay, so really it comes down to those few things I mentioned in the beginning, about your pages and linking to the navigation. All right, then you can get rid of that extra page. Okay, really good job otherwise. It's easy to see what you do, your tagline, your name, well done. Just a little more for your final, and it's going to be great. Well done. Okay, Jake. Nice, we can see your name, your content creator. You've provided a clearer image here. I like that better than the one that had the effect. Nice. Okay, you want to see what you can do. I know this is part of the framing on that video, but you do want them to be the same size up here. Seems like a detail, but it's noticeable. And let's see. Do try and have your paragraphs in the same location in relation to your work. So if you have it left aligned, that can work really nicely. Just make sure they're always left aligned. And I will look at the actual size. Yeah, so that's what you want to try and do with those. And whenever you can have the same number of rows, these two are great, then it's going to look better. Okay, so try and work on that. That's going to come down to some editing of your written content. And we mentioned, this is just beautiful, but we mentioned you do have it there. You've got a little bit, but you need a little bit more background to be able to read this. Okay, so yeah, you can go either way with it. You can make it a lighter background with darker font, or you can just make that a little bit darker because it's still competing, but I see what you're doing, and it is a lovely image. Okay, so rather than enlarge this, you've put something here. Not sure, I think that's you, but without a little bit of credit line, I wouldn't know. Okay, but it's flowing well. You've got your update and your Gmail here. You've got your form. Everything seems to be in the right place. I am looking for your navigation over here. It's clear. You are linked up over here. Good job. And your navigation comes out here. Contact is linked. Good. You want to check the order. It's a little slow, the function. So you've got the about and then the portfolio. So let's see what happens. Okay. All right, so you do have it in the right order. It's in the same order as your strips. Okay, all right. So that's looking really good. Just a little bit of alignment and so forth with your work. And the mobile's taking a little bit. It could be that your videos need to be optimized so that they're not so large. Seems like you took a look at this. Maybe a little space there. And a little more space above contact. And that font may need to change a little bit. So this is taking us, you want to freeze your navigation. Okay. So that you may need a little more room for your portfolio there. That works. Frequently we cut the about content if you think that's a little much scrolling. Okay, but that might need just a little work when it comes to linking. But otherwise, it's looking great. I can tell you did look at this. If you can put a little space above that, you have more here than here and here as far as the rule and then the text. So that you want to work at. Make sure that doesn't get covered up. So yeah, it's looking really good. The colors are working very well. You've done a great job with that. All right. Nice job. Okay. Let's see. I remember this one. And contact is last. Nice. I don't usually like vertical text, but I can read it. I would put a little space under WDC. It might look good over here too. They're kind of, competing. So if you brought it over here a little bit, I think it would make it seem like they belong, like align it with this one, but give it just as much space as you do here. You provide that here, and see how you like it, moving that over. Let's go to your about. It's on a separate page. I like this. I love the color. I love how simple you've made it. It helps really showcase your photos. Let's make this the same. Like if this is going over, then this is going to go over a little bit if that's your style. Okay, which looks good in this case, okay? So I would do that just a little. Make sure that the spacing is the same, okay? A little, I don't know, I think I'm okay with that. This, I feel like it has a lot of scrolling because there's so much line space. So just closing it up a little bit, and I don't know if we're going to be able to see what font it is, because that usually has to be on your published site, but try and make the same amount of space here and here. And yeah, I would close this up a little bit. You might have to go 1 point down, but it is legible, and that's good. Try not to have one word on a line. It could happen because it's a responsive design. That is, whenever it changes shape or size, and the website changes sizes, that occurs. Double check that. Your social, I think maybe down here. We'll see how that goes. But I like the font that you're working with here. And I like the color combinations. I really do. Okay. 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 Yeah. It's looking good. All right. Okay. Try the same amount of spacing. It's not quite centered, so either the same here or center space them. They don't, they work as a whole, so double check. This I would left align the bullets, and this could be fine, but I would left align the bullets. Okay. Get it all linked up, and a lot of space there. You could probably bring that up a little bit. Yeah, there's that empty space. That's really the only thing, but you've got so much going for this. Okay, left align good. You've got creator capitalized here, but not here, so take a look at that. But I think it's going to look great. I love the orange. The mobile site, I think you may look at that, right? Okay. And you'll bring this in a little bit, align it with the image. Okay, so you may cut that down just a bit, the about paragraph. Might have your name up here, or the logo would be good. Close that space. All right. Okay. Don't have much left to do, right? It's looking great. It's looking great. Well done. Okay, then. These some of these are linked up to Wix, so you want to remove those or link them, especially have a LinkedIn for yourself. You'll want that when you graduate. Remove any template placeholders, those photos, especially if you're a cinematographer. Make sure that you're using yours. If this is yours, great, but make sure you're using your work because that's what you do, right? And let's see. Okay, you can put some content in there. And I am wondering, okay, you want 3 pieces. Okay, there you go. I don't see anything that would advance us, so I feel like this is the piece that you have. Okay. Remember, you want 3. If there are 3 inside that, let me know because we're going to need asset guides for those. You will only need this once. Okay, you can put it down here. You won't need it in both places. Okay, easy to read, so that's great. Make sure things are aligned. Okay. And there are pages we don't need. This is that template again. So the welcome you don't need. The about, okay. I would go ahead and remove the numbers and close up the space a little bit, and you'll need a photo, a profile photo. And it's easy, just take one in natural light. You could use it, take it in your home, by a window, anything like that, as long as the background is simple. And you would be able to get some great shots even just with your phone. But so you want to do that. We have 2 about links, so that needs to disappear. The quote can disappear. You can delete that in your Wix editor under menu and pages. And the video gallery is not linked. The subscribe is linked, but we don't need a page title for that. We don't need it to link. And the contact doesn't seem to be, the form is missing and it doesn't seem to be linked. Okay, so if you are going to create a home page, you will need to add a strip here that is a contact page. So you would just go to the plus sign and add a contact form. But make sure you take any images out of that template. And then getting to your work, once you take this out, and this out, your video gallery should link to this page. Okay, and again, that's something that you'll have to do under your home. You're going to add a link, and then you're going to check out, what the name of this anchor is, and that's what you're going to link to, the anchor, and you'll name them. You'll name it video gallery. All right, let's look at the mobile. Okay, I would put these in your footer, and that will just keep them out of the way. I wouldn't introduce a new color. I would just use the black. And again, you only need this once. And so all of those things apply. When you fix your desktop, then you'll see that on your mobile. All right? Contact me if you have any trouble linking to the right sections. Okay, you won't need this, so you can just select and delete that. And this is another one that has just way too many pages. So this is your home page, and then you have your about. Let's left align that. A little difficult to read with the red and the green. So do what you can to make that easy on the eyes and easy to read. Take this out, and okay, take this out and take this out. We have we won't have anything that says things are about to come. You would delete that. Okay, deleted the page or the section. Okay, be sure you're not using your actual phone number. So you would delete that, or make sure that it's a Google Voice or something. Contrast you want to look at. You'll need a contact form, okay? And you don't need to have a map. Okay, so your work link is working. That's good. That came up slowly. You might want to optimize it. And I would put your asset guide underneath. It looks all right here, but we also need the same font, right? Okay, hard to read here, so placing it in the same location can make it a little easier and more consistent. And probably bring these up a little bit, right? So there's not quite the same amount of space, or such a deep amount of space. Okay, left align that. And all right, close this up. We can't read that. You'll need to affect that color for more contrast. Okay, yeah, these need to be optimized a little bit. Is this an image? Because you can insert an actual website with Wix. Okay, yeah, you want to use the same style font and the same color. So you would use this. This is working. You just want to be consistent with it. Okay, even if you had a white strip down here like that, the same size. Okay. Yeah, these are the things you want to fix. Overlapping of text. Make sure that they're nice and clean like this. Okay, this is a placeholder page. That gets deleted. This gets deleted. This gets deleted. And this gets deleted.
This is a reminder.
Okay. So once you delete the pages that aren't really being used, that's going to really help a lot. And then you can start to focus on some of the other things. And I contacted you about your Get Feedback links, so make sure you post that for me. All right, great start. Just a little bit of simplifying. Try not to overlap fonts and images. And definitely left align, all right? All right, great start. Okay, let's check these out. Make sure this is not your phone number. Everything so far is looking great. This is connected to Wix. You want to either delete them and link them to yours. You want at least a LinkedIn, okay, that has your name. Okay, bio. All right. A little bit more line spacing, just a little more, and I would break this up into 2 or 3 paragraphs here. So a little bit more space, a line here, a line break there, a line break here, and then a little more space between each line. Good. Let's see if this works. This may work on your published page, and I will check that out. Okay. Okay, make sure you're using, double check the font sizes to make sure those are the same. Okay. Okay. You could try another column over here to move something over there. And this could be to the right of it. And then this could be to the left. And this could be above. You just have to make sure that it is clear which one it goes to. But otherwise, looks nice. Okay. All right. All right, everybody. I hope that you get the feedback you need, and that if you have any questions, you'll contact me, and I can, go into more detail as to how you do something if you need it. There are videos and resources on your Wix page, your resource for Wix, and otherwise contact me, and I'll meet you in a Zoom session. All right, everybody. Have a great weekend.